Temperature. Today we are going to learn a new chapter called temperature. There is a figure. The perpendicular and slanting area occupied by torch light ray. Take a torch light and keep it stable at one place. Take two large paper sheets large enough to accommodate its entire beam. Place the paper on the float on the two flat boards. Hold both perpendicular to the beam. Draw outline of the area lit up by the beam. Name the paper A. Now use the other paper. Hold it in such a way that it makes an angle of 120 degrees with the beam. Draw the outline of the area occupied by the beam. Name the paper B. Observe both the paper A and B. Now tell on which paper does the beam occupy a larger area? On which paper is this area smaller? Now change the angle between the beam of light and the paper. Observe the change that occurs in the area occupied by the beam of light. What is the relation between the angle of the paper and the area occupied by the beam? Explanation. Sun ray coming towards the earth travel in a straight line. However, as the earth is spherical in shape, they are not perpendicular to all the part of the earth's surface. In some parts, they are perpendicular, whereas in other parts, they are slanting. Let us see that effect it has on the earth. The perpendicular ray occupy less angle, less area, figure 5.1a. The part where the ray occupy lesser area receive bright sunlight and greater heat. Hence the surface there get heated more and air become hotter. The slant ray occupy a larger area, figure 5.1b. In the area sunlight appear less bright and there is less heat. Hence the surface there get less heated and the air too is less hot. Do it yourself. The region marked A in figure 5.2 receives perpendicular ray, while the region marked B receives slant rays, and in the region marked C, the rays are extremely slanting. Using a scale, measure the length of the lit up portion on the Earth's surface in A, B, and C region. Measure the width of the rays shown between the Earth and the Sun. Considering the parallel of latitude marked in the figure, tell the region where the temperature will be high, moderate, and low. Discuss this in the class and write the answer in your notebook. The Earth's shape and distribution sun rays. Explanation. Sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. However, we have seen that due to the spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature of the surface, they occupy a larger or lesser area. This leads to unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun, resulting in decreasing temperature from the equator to the north and south pole. Based on the distribution of temperature, the earth can be divided into torrid, temperate, and frigid zone, or tropical, temperate, and polar region. Try to understand this from figure 2.4 and 5.3. As you can see, the earth is divided by 7th parallel of latitude, which is North Pole at 90 degree north, then in a 66 degree 30-minute north, and Arctic Circle is there, 23 degree 30-minute north, Tropic of Cancers are there. Then in 0 degree equator is located. Then on position of 23 degree 30-minute south, Tropic of Capricorns are there. 66 degree 30 minutes south, Antarctic circles are there. on 90 degrees south. Finally, South Pole, that means Antarctic, is there. So we can see there are 7 types of parallel of latitudes. Now, this parallel of latitudes is divided into 3 zones, which is torrid zone, which is mostly come under the tropical region, then temperate zone coming under the temperate region, then the frigid zone, which is mostly coming into the polar region. Now the tropical region, which is around the equators, is coming under the range of temperature, which is torrid zone. What is torrid zone? Torrid zone's temperature is more than temperate zone and more than frigid zone. Here is high intensity of sunlight is falling and high amount of rainfall is also there. That's why so many rich tropical regions is located around the equator. Then temperate zone. Now temperate zone temperature is lesser than torrid zone and it is located in temperate zone around Tropic of Cancer towards the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn towards the southern hemisphere. Then in both northern and southern hemisphere there is a zone which show lowest temperature and it is located in the polar region of both the hemisphere of the earth, which is frigid zone. Frigid zone temperature is lower compared to temperate zone and much more lower than torrid zone because because the intensity of sunlight is lesser compared to torrid zone and compared to temperate zones. Okay, and that's why the polar regions is covered with the ice, and due to having the range of lowest temperature, this both the hemispheres of Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle coming under the frigid zone. So this is the thermal zone, which is divided into frigid, temperate and torrid. But the temperature is not determined only on temperate zone. Temperate zone is just limited. Though latitude is main factor, there are other factors also which influence the distribution of temperature. However, their effects are limited to a particular region. These factors are as follows: nearness to the sea, continentality, height above mean sea level, and physical setup of a region are factors that lead to diversity in the climate of different regions. Other than this, factors like cloud cover, winds, vegetation cover, urbanization, industrialization, etc. also influence the local climate. So, parallel of latitudes uh, might be the main factor, but it is just a limited factors which influence on different which make any changes on the temperature of different part of the earth. Now there are so many factors are there such as nearness to the sea, continentality, height above the sea level, physical setup. These all are factors are affecting on the temperature of certain region. Even vegetation cover, urbanization, industrialization. Due to increasing urbanization, industrialization also affect on the temperature of that specific places. And most of the time temperature always increase, and that is the reason of the global warming. And we are also going to learn about the greenhouse effect, especially with the greenhouse gases. Can you tell the rays fall between 0 degree 23 degree 30 minute north and south, 23 degree 30 minute and 66 degree 30 minute north and south, 66 degree 30 minute and 90 degree north and south. Use your brain power. Tell if the following statement is right or wrong. Give a reason. In order to understand climate of a region, latitude extent is more useful than the longitude extent. Let us perform an experiment to see that there is a difference in heating and cooling of land and water. Do it yourself. Take two pots of the same size and fill them with water equally. At sunrise, keep one of the pot inside the house and other one outside. See that it remains in the sun all the time as shown in figure 5.4b. In the afternoon, walk barefoot on the floor inside the house and feel the temperature of the floor. Feel the temperature of the water in the pot inside. Perform the same activity outside the house and get the feel of temperature of land and the water kept in the sun. Write down your observation and above the temperature of land and water. Do this again around 7 in the evening. Note your observation again. Now you can remove the pots. Discuss all the observation you have noted in the class. Always remember, we normally think that the air heated due to the sun rays, and because of the hot air, the land and water get heated. But in reality, what happens is as follows. First, land and water get heated due to sun rays. Later, they radiate into the atmosphere. The heat that they have absorbed as a result, the layer of air close to the surface get heated. The heat get transferred vertically to the adjacent upper layer of the air. Hence, air closer to the surface is hotter, and as one move higher up from the surface, the temperature of the air decreases. The temperature near the sea level is higher and it decreases in the mountainous region. So here, two children are there who had kept who had kept two pots filled with water. One of the girl has kept the pot inside the home. Another child, a boy, kept the pot filled with water outside the home, which is in directly contact with the sunlight. So what is the explanation? Explanation is, you must have realized that the land cools down earlier than the water. The water kept outside in the sun is still a little warm. Due to this difference in heating and cooling of land and water, the air over the land get heated faster and also become cooler rapidly. The air over the water get heated slowly and also lose the heat in a slower manner. In the coastal areas compared to continental area, the temperature of air is lower during the day but warmer at night. Contrary to this, the temperature of air in the continental area is higher during the daytime and lower at night. In the coastal area, because of heating of sea water, water vapor gets mixed in the air. This water vapor holds the heat in the air. As a result, the air in the coastal area remains moist and warm. Conditions in continental area are the opposite. As water vapor is absent, the air remains dry. This led to sharp difference in the day and night temperature. The difference in the maximum minimum temperature of a day is called diurnal range of temperature. So, in the continental area, especially the mountainous region, if you are staying in Srinagar, so during the daytime, the temperature will be high, and at the night time, the temperature will be low. But at the same time, in coastal region, during the daytime, the temperature of the air will be lower, but during the night time, the temperature of the air will become warmer. Why? Because the air is directly the air which is close to the surface of the land, okay, get heated. Why it is get heated? Because of the heat which is released by the surface of the land, because surface of the land is directly in contact with the sunlight increase the temperature of the surface of the land. So what happened, that the surface of the land radiate their temperature, radiate their heat, and that radiated heat which is releasing from the surface of the area is absorbed by the air which is flowing very close to the surface of the area, okay, and due to this air, okay, which is in directly contact with the surface of the area, okay, its temperature get increases, okay. Now, and as the area sea level will increase, the temperature will also get decrease. Okay, during the daytime the temperature is different, and during the night time temperature is different. In the same continental area, during the daytime the temperature will be higher, but during the night time it will be warmer. But in the coastal region, during the daytime the temperature will be lower, and during the night time it will become warmer. Okay, in coastal area, because of the heating of sea water, water vapor get mixed in the air. This water vapor holds the heat in the air. As a result, the air in the coastal area remain moist and warm. Now, why the coastal area is warm but also moist? Means why moisture is there? Means moisture means what? The high amount of water vapor is present in that atmosphere. So the coastal area is not only warm but also moist. Okay, but why there is high amount of water vapor is there? Because we know coastal area is very close to the sea water. Now the sea water will always get evaporated because of direct sunlight. Then these water vapors, okay, uh, carry the heat which is in the air. Okay, and that's why the coastal regions is warmer as well as have moisture. Okay, but in the uh, but uh, but in the but condition in the continental area are the opposite. As a result, vapor is absent. The air remains dry, but the condition in the continental area is very opposite, because there is no large amount of water vapor is there. Okay, and therefore the atmosphere of the continental area always remain dry. This lead to sharp difference in the day and night temperature, and because of that there is a the difference in temperature during the daytime and during the night time. The difference in maximum minimum temperature of a day is called the Unna range of temperature. So the difference between, if maximum temperature is recorded and minimum temperature is recorded of the same day, and if we take out the difference, you'll get to know that the difference of temperature during one day in that specific place. So that kind of measuring the difference of temperature of daytime is known as the lunar range of temperature. Now there is another range of temperature which can measure the difference of temperature throughout the year. Okay, so in short, the difference in the day and night temperature is less in the coastal area and more in the continental area. So in the day, so the difference in day and night temperature, means the temperature in daytime, temperature in night time is lesser in coastal area, but the difference in day and night temperature is larger in the continental area. Okay, all because of amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. That makes the difference between the coastal area condition and the continental area conditions. For example, Mumbai temperature are even, but at Nagpur that they vary. So in Mumbai is towards the coastal region. Arabian Sea is very close to the Mumbai. So the Mumbai is warm, but also have a high concentration of water vapor in the atmospheres. So Mumbai is very even. But what about Nagpur? See, in the Nagpur, what is there? A lot vary a lot. In the coastal region of Konkan, the range of temperature is less, but in Vidarbha, the range of temperature is found to be higher. So the difference of day and night and temperature in Mumbai is equable, but in Nagpur it varies a lot. Means what, daytime temperature is very much higher, and okay, the difference between day and night time temperature of the Nagpur is very much higher. Okay, in the coastal region of Konkan, the range of temperature is less, but in Vidarbha, the range of temperature are found to be higher. So same goes to the coastal region of Konkan also. There is a high amount of moisture is there, and due to that the temperature range is lesser compared to Vidarbha. Now Vidarbha temperature range is higher. That means the daytime and nighttime difference temperature is higher in Vidarbha compared to the Konkan region. Therefore, coastal area have an equable climate, whereas in continental area the climate is extreme. And therefore, because of the amount of moisture or amount of water vapor in the atmosphere, coastal areas climate conditions is equable, but in continental area the climate is very extreme. For example, the climate of Mumbai is equable, whereas in continental location like Nagpur it is extreme. Okay, so the climate which is uh, so the Mumbai climate is equable, but the continental places like continental 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 place like Nagpur is very extreme. Difference in mean temperature of summer and winter is for annual range of temperature. So we can measure the difference of temperature of daytime and nighttime during the day for one day in a specific place. That is known as diurnal range of temperature. But we can also find the difference of temperature throughout the year, which is called annual range of temperature. So we can take the highest temperature from the summer season and lower temperature from the winter season. By taking both the difference, we can get the difference in mean temperature of 1 year, that is annual range of temperature. Okay, now